great work. First of all, I enjoyed many of the presentations, all of the presentations, and I learned a lot myself. Actually, I'm not really a food scientist, not like the two professors. I just love food. I like to cook myself, so I know a little bit about the science behind it because I like to dig deeper on some of the things that I do. So here are some comments, I guess, hopefully for you guys, as not just in this competition, but I guess into your future as well. One of the things that I think is really important is you're trying to convince us as judges that you have a good product or you have a good thing. The most important thing is try to tell your story. Try to tell why tell us why you want to do this thing. Why did you go about doing those experiments? You're giving me a feeling. Most of you are giving me a feeling that this is my homework, and I'm handing in an assignment. So here you are. It's kind of a competition. So show your passion a little bit more and tell us a story. You like this dish, therefore you want to improve it. I like, actually, I forgot which group, but you talked about it in passing, but that's actually a pretty good story. You might find it surprising. You saw something on TV and that inspired you, and I wanted to do that dish. That's actually a very good story. Tell us up front. I think that's one of the main thing. And what you want to achieve, and that ties into kind of the science of things. Some of you talk about hypotheses, right? And in my mind, your professor might need to correct me. In my mind, a scientific hypothesis is something you think would happen, not just oh, if you change these things, of course the thing is going to be different. That's not a hypothesis. If you change some variables, of course the results are going to be different. If your hypothesis is they're going to be different, that's not a hypothesis. A hypothesis should be something that ties, again, on a competition, the hypothesis should be something that ties back to your story, what you want to improve. And in order to come up with a hypothesis, and this is something that I think is somewhat weak from most teams, you got to do some studies. You got to study your dish, what other people have done, what those properties are, and maybe tell us a little bit, and then come up with a hypothesis based on those scientific facts and saying, okay, if I change this, I might actually make this dish better. That's a hypothesis. And how it might be better. You might come out wrong, which is fine. Most of science experiments should, actually disprove your hypothesis. When you come up with something wrong, that's okay too. And then you make some changes, and you still make your dish. That's still a story. But you should try to think about your what you want to achieve. Set the hypotheses, and the hypothesis should tie into how you want to improve the dish, and not just say, if I put more water, of course it's more watery. Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's not. I think that's very important. And in terms of presentation, I think most of you nowadays do a lot of presentations at school. So generally, it's fine. One of the things, though, I think I really want to talk about is the Q&A sessions. They're very important. Maybe not as important usually for your assignments because they don't occupy a lot of marks. But in the future, when you work, when you're in the real world, the Q&A is the kind of make or break. I mean, that's the most important because other people want to know a little bit more about it. One of the first things is always answer with a more confident way. The biggest problem, I think most groups are, you get asked a question, then you convene. You talk a long time between yourselves before you come back to the mic. Don't do that. Either assign somebody for answering all the questions to start with, or different types of questions, assign different person. That person should immediately answer, and you can then hand it to your other teammates to add on to it. You don't have to talk between yourselves and then answer. Never do that. Well, at least my view is never do that, because people want, if sometimes the way that I do pitches, if I'm in a team, the first guy answering it might not be the main guy too. That's part of the strategy. You get somebody to answer first and get somebody add. When you answer, you give time for your teammates to think through the problem too. And then the guy can add on to your answer. Right? You don't have to discuss and then talk about it, because your other guys can say, I agree with what you said, and this is what you can also say, I don't agree. I think on top of what he says, or besides what he says, you can add on to it. So I think that's very important. And in terms of answering questions, it's good. That it's good to say, thank you for the question, but it's even but don't do it too mechanically, and another more important thing is that when you don't understand the question, or you don't know the answer, or you're not sure, that's really the bigger test. Again, go about it with more confidence. And go about in saying, things like, that's a good question. If you don't know or you didn't do it, you don't have to be, ashamed or whatever, embarrassed. Say, that's a good question. Maybe you can even go ahead and say, I don't know, I didn't do it. That's a good question. However, after you say I don't know or I'm not sure, add something. Add what you do know, and add, steer it away. That's part of the thing about answering questions. Steer it a little bit away and tie it back into your strong points. If you don't know a question, or you don't haven't thought through something, that's okay. Admit it, but steer it into a way where you think you're strong, and reiterate something that that you've talked about it, and go back to say, hey, yes, that's a good question. We'll go back and study and come back to you. That's kind of a way to answer questions. A couple more things. Don't read from the slides. That's one of the worst way. I think most people, judges, can read your slide already. If you keep reading, then I'm looking at something, and then okay, you're reading what I'm reading on the screen. That's not a good. Keep it in your cards or whatever. If you want to read a whole sentence, put it on a card, or put it not on your slide. Generally try to read less on cue cards as well. Smile. I know you're nervous. The one thing about it is that I'm nervous now. I'm always nervous when I stand on the stage. Everyone gets nervous, right? It's okay, but keep your smile, keep your posture. Don't giggle. When smiling and giggling are very different things. Don't say, smile, but I think be confident and have the posture. And I think overall, in general, I think you did very good. And most important of all, I think, as you go into the finals or not, especially if you're in the finals, have fun. Have fun. That's very important. When you cook something, I have a lot of fun, even if I fail my dish, or it's and especially about cooking, I guess, but in general in life, when you have fun, that thing shines across, and the judges will see it, and you get extra marks, even if you have even it doesn't work out as well as you want it to be. When you have fun, you can influence people a lot more. So I think the most important thing, and about any kind of competition, relax, have fun. I know you will be nervous, but focus on what you do, and enjoy the journey. Okay, thank you.
I must say, you guys all scored A, okay, for being excellent researcher, excellent investigator, excellent information searcher in what you have done for this presentation. I must say I was very, very impressed. You can all qualify to come and join the Food and Nutritional Science course program, or even the junior scientists that we offer in the faculty. But most of all is that you have to know science is an art, especially food science. And science is also about trial and error. So don't be afraid of errors that you make. If you make errors, then you go for another trial and redo it and improve things. And that's what science is about, all about research as well. I must say that many of you were very nervous as well. I do want to point out one thing, is that when you do presentation in food science or any kind of science, you actually always have to have an objective, what you're trying to look for. And a lot of the students didn't really show me what they were trying to look for. They know a lot about informations. They all know a lot about the facts, but they could not connect what you want to do with these facts and use these facts to make a finding or go and investigate about. Why, what, how is not answered. Okay, so always in science, there are so many gaps you have to fill in. You can never fill it up, but you try as much as possible, at least 70% of it, to fill in the gap of all the problems that you think that come across, and be logical as well. So is this really going to make sense when I tell my sister, my dog, my doll, about it when I speak? Is this, does this make sense? If they think that, yeah, I understand what you're saying, you did a brilliant job out of it. So I really enjoyed it, and I really do hope that you will continue your interest. Yes, it's a competition, but competition does not always mean like you have to have an outcome, a prize, another piece of paper, certificate, say, wow, I got this. Put it away into your portfolio, another CV. No. If you keep up with this, because at the end of the day, food is what we eat every day. Food, the sources, how we make food, how we make food products out of it is important. Your knowledge for food will never go away until the day you die. Okay? Your IT, your computer, you can forget about it. But food you won't, because you need food to live. Okay? Thank you.
Actually, for me, I'm actually very impressed with the quality of the presentation, also the product you actually present today. For me, actually, I'm teaching food product development at Hong Kong U. So I think some of the presentation or product we showed here almost reach actually the college level product development, because we have actually similar competition for our student every year. Actually, I'm teaching that course. So firstly, I congratulate you for your achievement. Okay. And really actually very impressed the presentation, product development. Okay. And then secondly, I would like to give you some advice about food product development. Mr. Chung and Dr. Lee have given you some advice how to give a presentation, right? How to prepare presentation for competition. I probably give you actually some advice specifically for the food product development. If we think about actually food product development, and it's great, each of us can give a great presentation. But eventually, we are doing food. Okay, the food have to have actually super sensory performance. Have to smells good, taste good. Okay, and you have to do some sensory evaluation. Eventually, people will look at the product you have out there. If you want to win the competition, you have to have a super food product, tastes good, smells good, can compete with the commercial product in the marketplace. Okay, so that's why I actually think about the sensory property. Okay, you have to try probably many times to figure out the best formula. And the second advice actually for winning the competition, because it's a science-based product development, right? So you need to pay special attention. in the area of science, some ingredient you put inside, think about how they can be healthy, right? Why they are healthy probably can help you a lot. That third actually the tips for you is like it's fine for you to work with actually a non-recipe, right? We are doing food product development. We have so many different recipes outside. We can follow, we can copy. That's fine with me, with everyone. Particularly for you guys, you are the young people. Like my daughter, she is actually 12 years old, 15 years old. You don't have experience. It's fine. You can copy some recipe, follow some recipe. But for the competition, you better think about some way for modification to have your own recipe, right? To have your own final formula product, and probably that's better. Okay, that's my 3 tips for you, for winning the competition to develop actually a successful food product. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wang. Now we would like to present the certificates of attendance to all our challenges for the enthusiastic participation in our program. Now, may we invite Mr. Edmon Chung to present the certificates to challenges of Theme 1, Gourmet and Meals. Mr. Chung, please. So, for the first team, which is cooking vegetables in alkaline solution from Stewart's Purkey College. Please come out. So here we are going to have the second team, amazing chicken wings with rice. So from CMA Secondary School. Thirdly, we are going to have chicken breast salad from Holy Trinity College. Next, we have the fourth team, Molecular Gastronomy, Blueberry Caviar, Two Moon Government Secondary School. So for the fifth team, Science Adventure in Food. So we're going to have Good Hope School students to come out.
May we now invite Dr. Jetty Lee to present the certificates to challenges of Theme 2, The Magic of Protein. Dr. Lee, please. So for the first team of Theme 2, we have a change of protein role from the YWCA Ho Jo Yong College. For the second challenger of this theme, we have the smooth steamed egg from NLSI Low Quad Pickford College. For the third challenger of this theme, we have ginger milk curd from Shun Tech Fraternal Association Yongyao College. For the fourth challenger of this theme, we have macrobiotic bean meal pudding from Chiu Luk Sao Memorial Secondary School. The final challenger of this theme, we have Maillard reaction in egg whites from Singapore International School, Hong Kong.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. May we now invite Dr. Ming-fu Wang to present the certificates to challenges of Theme 3, Sweet Appetite. Dr. Wang, please. So we are going to have Smiley Boards for Idiots from Immaculate Heart of Mary College. So next we are going to have students from Vegetarian Cookies from Chunwan Public Ho Chun Yu Memorial College. Now may we have handmade cheese and mushroom tarts from Confucian Taixing Ho Kwok Pui Chun College. So here we go with pumpkin pie science. It's perfect and healthy. HKMA David Lee Corporal College. Next, we will have sponge from HKU GA College. Thank you, Dr. Wang. Please be seated.
I am also getting nervous about that. Let us announce the finalists.
So here we go. The list is on my hand. So the first one is guess Holy Trinity College, which has the chicken breast salad. And then congratulations. And then for the next is Immaculate Heart of Mary College, Smiley Boards for Idiots. Next, we have Shentak Fraternal Association, Yongyao College, for having ginger milk curd. Congratulations. So next, they cook vegetables in alkaline solution. So who they are? Stewart's Pui College. Next is macrobiotic bean milk pudding from Chiu Lat Sao Memorial Secondary School. Next, what is going to be? Guess which alphabet? Which letter? Guess
Which
it.
letter?
Yeah.
Would it be T?
T. Cool. It is the YWCA Hoi Jo Yong College, the change of protein role. So we keep on having T. Chunwan Public Ho Chun Yu Memorial College, having vegetarian cookies. Next, do you like kefir?
What's kefir?
Kefir, the blueberry one. Congratulations, molecular gastronomy, blueberry kefir, from Two Moon Government Secondary School.
Unluckily, I don't like blueberry.
Okay, next, it is Chiu Lat Sao Memorial Secondary School. So next is CMA Secondary School. Amazing chicken wings with rice, and I love chicken wings. Next, we have a science adventure in food, which is from Good Hope School. So this time I won't read this wrong. Pumpkin pie science. It's perfect and healthy, from HKMA David Lee Corporal College. Next, we're getting excited, right? Nervous,
Yeah,
right?
it should be the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one. Who is that?
Guess.
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 Shout it out, shout out, shout out. Okay, so I'll announce it. So H is Sponge from HKU GA College. Congratulations.
So do you want to get this best presentation award? So which letter does it start from?
You mean the title or the school name?
Maybe the title.
Title, it starts with a C.
Oh, a title starts with C. Come on, can you give a guess? It's C.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What? Chicken breast?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. So it is from Holy Trinity College, chicken breast salad, by Miss Chen Dorothy Tinam, by Lau Ariel Chi Ying, and as well as Miss Wu Tiffany Hu Yan. May we invite Mr. Edmon Chung to present the Best Presentation Award for them? Thank you.
Congratulations, please be seated. Towards the end of today's program, we would like to invite Dr. Benny Ng to say a few words to conclude today's event. Dr. Ng, please.
what a long day, right? I mean, some of you guys told me like you guys woke up at what, 6 in the morning and try to get to school by 7 and then, travel all the way from New Territory, or 5. Okay, good. Okay. Well, I didn't sleep, so I'm just hyper. But impressive. Okay. You guys are amazing. I mean, once again, we start from 90 applicants, we screen it down to the top 15, and here you are. You guys make it to here. You should be proud of yourself. First of all. Okay. I hope you have fun today, and I hope you learn something, about yourself, about your classmates, from other teams, from our, judges from today. Okay, I think that's a good learning process. You learn how to work with, your classmate, try to solve some issue problems, communication problems. I told the judges at the beginning, it's like, don't be too harsh on them, this is the first time coming to, Hong Kong U, and this is for the first time they're giving a presentation in front of, random people, right? You can put it this way, strangers, and they're presenting it in English, which is not necessarily your native language, okay? And it may not even be the medium of instruction in your own secondary school. So it takes a lot of courage, to participate in the event. Okay, so it's really good. I try not to cry. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, and I do learn a lot from you guys. For example, like different ways of presentation. Like some of you guys have visual aids, like pictures, videos, drama, and also sample tasting. So you learn different ways of presenting the information. Okay, you have data. You put in a graph instead of just showing us a bunch of numbers. Try to make some graph. And that's also important skills. You look at the science, we try to, communicate using graph and data. So you guys are already in that stage already. I'm pretty impressed. Now, science, cooking, takes a lot of patience, persistent. The souffle group, what they say, it took them 30 times to make the souffle, right? And when I was a graduate student doing research, my first paper to get published, it took me about 5 years. I failed so many experiments that you will not believe it. You try every single thing and then you just fail and fail and fail, and then you just keep going until one day somehow the experiment will work. You find out the problem, the issue. Takes a lot of time and effort. It's not the same as the experiment you do in school because this already worked out. You know all the results. You know what to expect. Doing research will be something different, just like cooking. You don't know what is going to work, what may not work, but you just have to keep exploring, keep the curiosity going. I think that's really important. Okay, and I see you guys have it, so just don't forget about it. And you can use it for science, use it for your other classes as well. Keep exploring different opportunity. Okay, I try to keep it short because we're supposed to end at 6 or 6:30. Now, I have to thank a lot of people because this program will not be successful, by myself. Okay, honestly speaking, I only have 2 hands and 24 hours a day. And so I want to take a few moments just to acknowledge everyone involved in this project. Okay, so first of all, I have to acknowledge, let's not look at the really long poster, but this project is funded by the Knowledge Exchange project, the Impact Project Fund. And I heard about this project after my first year working in Hong Kong U. This is my 4th year. And I know about after my first year, I say, I can try to do something creative. And so since then, I've been getting funding, giving an opportunity to get some funding to create programs, such as the Science and Arts crossover project for 2 years and this project. Okay, so hopefully we can get funding to continue this kind of project. I think this is really important for you guys. I don't get paid for doing this, so it's just for you guys. I create more work for myself, okay? So they're good. They gave us money, and so we can work on it. But the money is not enough, so we have to keep looking for sponsors. This time we work with Go.Asia, really good. So they provide a lot of expertise advice for us. Like they run project before, so there's a lot of sharing involved. So that's really good. So thank you for helping us today. And of course the Education Bureau, for sending out email to all the secondary school so that the teachers or the principal will aware of this project. And by the time this posts a 4, then that means you put the end of my speech, right? I hope you guys like the poster, the sticker, the program booklet, the design. Okay, it's good. You know, I met my friend Lon, and she's a great illustrator. She's one of the sponsor. She's like, Benny, don't worry. I know you have a limited budget. I help you design, do all the design work for free for 2 years, last year and this year. Okay, she only charged me the basic cost of printing, basically. I mean, that's a lot. Okay, I told her, like, I want this kind of theme, make it cute. Then we have this little cute little guy right here. Okay, our event photographer today, Brewer, at the back. He's a professional photographer, and there's no way I can just grab a professional photographer for the event. Okay, it's not easy with our limited budget, but he's willing to help us. So this is really important. Of course, you know, William here again. For the video for today. He was the one just keep coming to our different events to film, and so the highlights video that you saw this morning, it was his work. Okay, and then so we will have a highlights video at the end, so this all his work. Masterpiece. Okay. Now talking about sponsor, we also find more sponsor, but they're not here, but we save it for the finals. Basically, your prices just got increases, you know, because we found additional prize sponsor for the event. Okay, so you guys will have it. Okay, don't forget we still have that $3,000 book coupons and all that other stuff. Okay, every participant to the final will also get another additional $100 coupon from a restaurant. Okay, so congratulations to all of you guys. Of course, the master chef today, okay, Chef Chen, came here for the demonstration. We did not set up the fire alarm. We did not break any fire safety regulations. For the first time that we have a live cooking demonstration with open fire at Hong Kong U, possibly, in a lecture hall. Okay, I think I have enough restriction that I think that should be pretty unique. Okay, so I hope you like his demonstration. And he's professional chef, and you saw him on TV, and it's hard to do. You cannot just randomly grab those people, okay, until they like the ideas. And I hope you guys like the idea, you guys have fun. That's what buy people in. I think that's important, okay? Of course, you know, Dr. Lee, Dr. Wang, okay, Professor Learn, they all came here, you know, to support. Trust me, it's not easy to find professor to sit here all day, starting at 9 in the morning to 6 something. Okay, they don't get paid at all, you know. It's really hard. Of course, my amazing student helper to make this event successful. Okay, I think this is really important. They help us a lot. Okay, otherwise it would not happen. You know, like bring you to different places. You know, show you around. You know, you can also ask them questions later on. This is important. You know, they are the little engine behind this program as well. So please give them a hand. Of course, there's also the co-director at the back. Okay, Dr. Learn. Okay, Jessica. The two of us just pretty much just iron this thing, you know, admin work for you guys, you know, so she helped me to read a lot of the document. We try to help each other writing and try to make sure everything is okay before we send it out to you guys, you know, fixing all the typo, the program booklet, you know, like making phone calls. You know, some of you guys probably got a phone call from, you know, from Dr. Learn, you know, it's like, hey, we haven't received your commitment fee and your reply form yet, so when are you going to send it to us? The deadline was about 6 days ago. I mean, if you're me calling, but I think we're going to replace you with another team. So you see, that's a difference, okay? Because of tight schedule. I understand it's Christmas time, everyone has holiday, but we need to make sure, we need to get all the opportunity, you know. We have 90 teams waiting to get in, so it was important. And I'm happy all of you guys show up, all 15 teams, otherwise I'll be really disappointed. I mean, it's like 100% attendance, right? And without her, I would not write this proposal, trust me. And you guys will not have SciChef project, okay? I also already someone like, come on, do it. I think it's good. Do it. So here we are. We have the program. And we have 2 newspaper reporters came here today. So of course I want to thank them so that more people will know about this project. I think to promote science, scientific literacy, I think in general, or just the interest in science from a different perspective, I think this is also important. And I think this is something we do need in Hong Kong. So this is what I believe in, and that's what we're going to do. And all these people I talked about earlier, they provide what? The funding, the time, the resources, the contact, everything you guys need to make this program successful so that you have the best possible experience. Okay, I think this is important. Always appreciate, I know it's hard work. You guys have to stay here for the whole day. We have to start even earlier. We start the day before. We have to put signage and everything to make it work. Okay, now the final one of cooking challenge in May will not be the end of our project. Okay, but we do have a mission for you. As a science chef, you'll continue to convey messages of science-based cooking, which you guys have already demonstrated today, but just continue and keep doing it. And healthy eating to your friends and family. This is also important. Keep them healthy. It's an important mission. Just be a part of the global initiative of the food revolution toward this mission of better food and education for everyone. Okay, this is a global initiative that we want to do. Okay, I want to thank all the participating team today and congratulate all 12 finalists. And hopefully you learned something today so that when in May, when you have your final competition, you can improve further. Because the bar just raised a lot higher now. You know what your competitor, your challengers are going to do. And our judges already giving you some feedback that you can already use to improve for your presentation and everything. Okay, so we'll expect to raise the bar a little bit. Okay, but for the team that did not make to the finals, don't get discouraged because, like I said at the beginning, it's already the top 70%. Okay, and at the same time, it's a learning process. Okay, and you all of you guys will get some feedback and comments at the end of this semi-final so that you know what happened to your presentation, and it's a learning process. And of course, you guys are welcome to attend the finals as well in May, and just to find out who will be the first Shine Chef. Okay, that will be interesting. Lastly, the journey towards science and cooking never ends. Thank you.